And now to cap off the show, the final trailer for the Uncharted film was released this past week, and the film is a prequel to the popular video game franchise, the story of how Nathan Drake came to befriend Victor Sullivan. I've never played any of the games, so I'm going to pretend like I know and care about who these people are. And it stars Tom Holland as a young Nathan Drake and Mark Wahlberg as Victor Sullivan. Now, Darius, have you ever actually played the games?
Yes, I love the game. I played 1, 2, 3, Golden Abyss, Lost Legacy. I love Uncharted.
Okay. Now, being an avid fan of the games, how do you feel about this one?
uh, hell no. Mainly because they're mixing too many things that happened later in the franchise into this one that's supposed to be a prequel. So that's why I'm already skeptical. Mark Wahlberg as Sully, poor casting in my opinion, and he has not sold me on that role at all. And we can go into the makeup even for that character, but and the thing is, I like Tom Holland, but even as a fan of Tom Holland and as a fan of Uncharted, he was not the right choice in my opinion. I'm sorry, I don't think Tom Holland should have been Nathan Drake. It should have been someone else. And I can't believe I forgot the actor's name, but everybody has been wanting to play Nathan Fillion. That's who I wanted. But I understand why they went with Tom Holland, because they want to do a young Nathan Drake and probably make a franchise of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not that excited for it, but at the same time, as an Uncharted fan, I'm most likely going to see this in theater. That's the thing. I'm going to go see it just mainly to see if it's any good, but at the moment, I'm just not sold. The only thing I'm sold on is the actress that looks like who's playing Chloe from the franchise, and I think that's great in itself.
Who is she?
But
Do you know the actress?
I don't know the actress's name, but she's, if you've seen the trailer, she's like the one with like that British accent.
Gotcha.
And it's her. So and she's popular in the games, so it's curious to see what she goes, how they go with her, and even the dynamic between her and Nathan is not that great in the game, but now in the movie it seems like they're gonna have something where again they're deviating a lot from the games to the point where, and they're trying to call it a prequel, that I can't believe that. That's the thing. They're taking things from later in the franchise when Nathan's much older, like in his 40s, and implementing it into his younger years. So it's a mixed bag for me, if not more negative. I've seen a lot of people, and I'm worried. I'm very worried.
It's funny that you talk about the in your opinion, miscasting of Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, because one of the things that I'm not gonna say I'm excited. Like, this movie isn't making me feel excited. I'm like, okay, this will just be dumb fun, and when this movie finally comes out, I'll stop seeing the trailer for it before other movies in the theater. But again, now I am kind of curious to see how Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg bounce off of each other, though. Like, despite, again, you know more about the games than I do, so in your opinion, like, maybe they're not the best fits, but I am kind of curious to see like how they work with each other.
I think they're gonna work well enough. That's the thing. But again, it's the character of Sully is much different in the games, so that's where I'm just worried, because they're changing that dynamic in itself as well.
Gotcha.
Which, and that almost relationship by casting, unfortunately, I have to say, someone like Mark Wahlberg. I think Tom Holland over time throughout the trailers, he's kind of grown on me, but not completely. I'm just gonna have to see the movie. But like I said, me personally, as a fan of the games, I'm very worried.
Okay, so now quick lightning round. Off the top of your head, who'd you cast to play young Nathan Drake and Victor Sullivan? Go. Don't think about it. First people that come to mind. Go.
Man, I unfortunately don't have anyone.
I was gonna say, you're thinking about it.
That's the thing. I like. If anything, Tom Holland is the closest one.
Okay. All right.
But it's just some of the dialogue that they've given him. Again, that's where it's at for me. It's not Nathan Drake enough.
So
Sully, maybe if anything, Stephen Lang. I think he probably could have been a better Sully.
Oh, the guy from Avatar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think him.
All right. Now I get more of a vibe of who this person actually is. Again, never ever actually playing the games. Now, there's one thing that I'm kind of curious about is this film's directed by Ruben Fleischer. If I think I'm saying his last name correctly. He directed both Zombieland films, which I do like, and he also did the first Venom film, which I'm not crazy about.
See, now I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like he has, again, this director has the capabilities of making, like I said, making dumb fun. You know, I can't say I call Zombieland dumb. Like, you know, but like it's
got some brains.
Yeah. It's got some. It's got some. They're all over the screen, but it's got some. So again, like whether like I said, this movie isn't gonna be amazing, but if it's at least, like I said, if it's at least dumb fun, you know, great night out, then that wouldn't surprise me either. But again, if it ends up going completely sour, that's not gonna be much of a twist either.
Yeah, like that's just the thing with some of these video game adaptations is that you think like the trailers make it look like pretty good, and then sometimes the movie's just like either a no or something like a big turnaround like Sonic.
Yes,
where
I was just thinking that.
The second trailer much better design, and that in itself, just the redesign of the character helped the movie in so many ways.
Okay, and just going back to what you're saying about the first trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog with that terrible design too. And again, I don't think they had this in the second trailer. I think it was just the first. Am I the only one that thought it was a little crazy or even cringe that they played Gangsta's Paradise in the first trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog? I thought that was pathetic. That was rough to watch. I'm like,
poor music choice.
Yeah, poor music. Don't get me wrong. Awesome song. Obviously an awesome song. But
for Sonic, man, it's like,
no. Not even close.
Yeah, so like even with Mortal Kombat, like, you know, and how that turned out, these game adaptations, some of them have me a bit worried. The only one that actually has me excited and I'm kind of I think has potential to be something really good is the Halo one. Because that actually looks Halo, so but that'll be another topic for another video probably.
Yeah.
So but yeah, like I said, Uncharted, I'm not entirely sold. As a fan, I'm gonna have to go see it just to see it.
And as someone who does the show, I'm gonna have to do the same thing. so you're like, now I have to measure things like based on like, okay, if I wasn't doing this podcast, would I actually go out and see it? And the answer for me for this one, probably not.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. The movie is currently set to come out in theaters in the United States on February 18th of this year. And again, for everybody, what are your thoughts on the Uncharted film? Like, are you fans of the original video game franchise? Do you feel like this movie will do justice for the original video game franchise? Leave your thoughts wherever it is that you can. And just like that, that's all we got for you today. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to get all notifications, whether you're on Google Podcasts, Listen Notes, the Podcast Index, Stitcher, and more. And if you want to help out the show, come on, why wouldn't you want to help out the show? Please give us a 5-star review on whatever platform you can, and follow our social media pages that are listed in the description. And join us next week for our review of Jackass Forever. We'll see you then.
If they can make this movie better than Mortal Kombat, then I'm good.
Setting the bar kind of low.